All right, great Monday morning. Hope you're doing well. It's SMS Portal Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. In with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do each and every day to get your day started off on the right foot with some information, inspiration, and motivation so that you can get your day started off on the right foot. Welcome once again, everyone out here to let's get this started again. All right. I think we got muted there for a little bit. I'm going to check in right here to make sure that we are actually where we can hear each other because I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Let's see what we got going on right now. There we go. Okay, so we are back. Let's get this rolling. So, yeah, I want to talk about starting the week. I want to talk about starting off the week off strong. What is going to help you? Why does it matter? Right? Zig Ziglar writes, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And we want to make sure that you're starting off the week the way that you should so that you can go off and do some fantastic things this week. You know, here's the thing. A lot of people across the board will go in starting off the week, and by the time Wednesday, Thursday, Friday rolls around, you feel like you're behind. Sometimes even on Monday, you feel like you're behind. Sometimes you feel like you just haven't gotten everything done that you should have gotten done. And you know what? Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you've done a lot more than what you think you have. But for the most part, most people do not get everything done that they could have or should have done. And that's all because they just did not start the week off fast. They didn't start it strong. They didn't come in prepared, ready to go. And so what ends up happening is you show up to the office, you're kind of just going at it, shooting from the hip. You're going with the motions, and you feel like, hey man, as long as I sell some homes, that's all that really matters, right? Yes and no. It matters because that's what you should be doing in the first place. But second, no, it doesn't, because you're not being as effective as you possibly could. You're not being as efficient as you could be. And thus, you're not getting everything done that you should. And when we operate in that manner, here's what suffers when you aren't coming in and attacking. What suffers is your growth. You see, when you just go about your days without truly having a plan for the day, when you're kind of winging it all the time, well, I never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen because you're not making it happen. But when you go about your days that way, when you don't know what's going to happen and you're kind of just winging it all the time, you're so engulfed in reacting. You're in this reactive mode where you're not being intentional about anything because you can't be. You've got no purpose to your day, to your week. And so you're not doing everything you can. You're not learning everything you can. You're not growing at the rate that you could be. And so you're always falling behind. If you truly want to maximize your life, if you truly want to maximize your career, you need to have a plan. You need to have it planned out. You need to know what you're going to get done, and you need to know what you're after. You need to know, what are the goals for this week? What should I get done? I always asked everyone, and you should ask yourself when I was selling, who are you going to sell today? Who are you going to fund? What's going to happen, right? Working the bottom of the funnel strategy that we talk about all the time. Knowing who you can fund, who you can get into finance, right? Who can you close? Knowing all these things helps you be able to be more effective. But at the same time, there's more to it than that, right? It's also who's on the cusp of becoming a new customer of yours. Who are the people that you could set appointments with? What are you going to learn today? What are some of the things that need to get done on other things besides your deals so that your life is also moving forward? You see, how you start your week matters. And just like Zig Ziglar said, You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. So I want to talk to you today about starting to be the type of person who comes in with a plan, who comes in ready to go. Why would you want to be? They see all high performers in any sort of business, any sort of career, any sort of industry are people that have a plan that they are working. Every single day, there is a plan to their day. And so, with that being said, why would you want to be that type of person, right? We talk about it all the time. Boring gets you paid, right? There's another quote that says, "Skills pay the bills," but you can't get skills. You see, being confident and having the knowledge is one thing, but having the skills is another. You're born with certain traits, but you have to work at your skills. You have to work at, if we're talking about to all housing consultants out there, or community managers, skills would be phone skills. Skills would be overcoming objections. Skills would be your sales process. Skills would be closing. Skills would be being able to be influential in marketing, on the phones, in person, when you're closing on a house. Those are the skills that you need to work at, right? People have natural athletic abilities. Your pro athletes, they've all got some sort of natural athletic ability, but they have to work at the skills. They have to work at the skills. We were watching the conference. If you're watching the conference championships yesterday in football, there's skills that need to be developed in football: timing, catching, how you catch the ball, right? Running, passing, depending on your position, blocking, all of these things. Those are skills that have to be worked on, and they work on them daily, right? There's videos out there of people like Stephen Curry, Michael Jordan, where they would just show the type of work that they would put into their skills. But those things are planned. Those are things that you plan and grow at. And so being a person who comes in and attacks the week, a person who really starts off the week off strong, that is a skill that you have to build. That is a skill that you have to work at and grow and improve on. And yes, I get it. That's not the sexy part of what we do, but that is what gets you paid, ladies and gentlemen. That is what helps you to help more people. You have to have your week planned out so that you can maximize your time, maximize your effort, be as effective and efficient as you possibly can. Effectiveness and efficiency. That's what's important, right? So, how do we do this? This on Sunday we have what we call Sunday Recharge, right? We do our 15 minutes of mastery. We've got our 15 minutes of mastery during the week is usually on a certain topic. This week we're going to really talk preparation and things of that nature. But on Saturdays, we have our Selling Saturday because we want to encourage you to go out there and get as much new business as you possibly can on a Saturday. That's when most people tell you they're off. That's when most people are out shopping. And that's when you should get the majority of your business. Sunday is a day to reflect. Sunday is a day to be able to plan out your week. Think about what worked last week, what didn't work, what can I improve on, and what do I need to double down on? What worked out that I should really focus on and do more of? And then plan out your week based on the things that need to get done, but you have to have a plan for the week. So to give you an example, all right, this was my planner yesterday for Sunday, where I wrote down in here what went well, what needed to get worked on, and then what's my plan for the week? What are the items that need to get done, right? And you take from this and you plan out what days are these things going to get done, because there's only so many things you can do in a day. You see, most people would look at that and say, okay, I just got to go down that list and take care of them. But you see, that if I did that, I wouldn't be maximizing my days. I wouldn't be working towards the goal. I would just be checking off tasks. And that's not what you want to be doing. You see, the tasks are part of the goal. You have to be able to arrange these things in a way that's going to be most effective and that is most efficient and is going to help you go after your outcome that you're working at for that week. So, what does it take to be able to get out there and be able to take this and turn it into your week? Okay. And when it's going to get done, what's going to get done that day, schedules, things of that nature. How do you do that? Well, you've got to have the plan in your head to put down on paper to then execute on, right? So we're going to run through that very quickly. First and foremost, you have to know what you're trying to accomplish this week. What is your goal for this week? What are you trying to get done? Do you already know what that goal is? What does this week look like to be a success? Are there certain buyers or certain potential buyers that you need to sell? Are there certain homes that need to get delivered? What's going on? This is the last week of the month, right? Month end week. What is the goal? What are we trying to get accomplished? And what do I need to get done starting right now so we'll be able to make it happen? That's what you got to be looking at. And then you got to know what steps need to be taken to achieve those goals. All right, hey, we've got 4 houses that still need to get funded. What's missing on these things? You got to know, is it just phone audits? Do I need is it a triad deal where I need to clear I need to show them the income again because it's been more than 30 days. Right? You have to know what the plan is. What are the steps? If you're trying to sell a certain buyer that you've already met with, what were the objections? What do I need to do in order to convince this person to move forward with me? You have to know what those steps are to achieve that goal that you're after for this week. Next thing is you got to plan out the week ahead of time. Okay, now I know what the steps are. Here are all my steps of everything that needs to get done in order to achieve the goals for this week. Now, when are these going to be done? You have to plan those out ahead of time. Put them on paper so that you can come in and just get to work on it. Then the next thing is you have to have a zero mentality, a zero compromise mentality. You have to attack the day and go make it happen. Look, you can only accomplish 4 or 5 tasks towards those goals, along with everything else. The unexpected phone calls, the walk-ins, the appointments that you've got to set up already. Tasks. If you haven't figured out the difference between tasks and then your daily schedule, you've got to work on that. Tasks are the things that help you accomplish the goals. Appointments, phone calls, all those things, those should not be part of your tasks. Those should be your daily non-negotiables. Phone calls are phone calls, man. We got a section for that in our Path to Mastery Planner. Phone calls are phone calls. That's something totally different, separate from any of that. Okay? That has nothing to do with the tasks, the action items that have to be done on certain days. And then lastly, before I go on to the next point, the reason why we call it zero compromise mentality is you have to understand that those tasks that need to get done for the day is not over until you get those done. The day is not over until you get those done. If that means that you went through half of your day, you went through all your 9 to 5, let's call it, and you only got 3 tasks done and you still have 2, you got to get those done before the end of the day. In other words, before you go to bed. You got to figure out a way to make that happen. That's that zero compromise mentality. Get the things done. When you become that type of person, that type of disciplined person, everything changes. Your life changes, your business changes, everything starts moving in the direction that you need it to go. Look, I've been that other person. It's a struggle even now. I'm not lying. It's not easy, ladies and gentlemen, but it is the best thing for you. It is the best things for you, whether you're in manufactured home sales or whatever it is that you're doing, man. It doesn't matter. And lastly, once you've got that zero compromise mentality, is you have to attack every single day. You must get after it. You have to have that burning desire and go make things happen, so that you don't fall on your ass and you're not left at the end of the week wondering what the heck happened. Look, will there be some days that you just don't make it happen? Yes, but those should be few and far between. That should not be the norm. If you can go out, plan out your week, get it down on paper, have that zero compromise mentality, and attack each and every day, you're going to win most days, and you're going to win most weeks, and you're going to win most months, and you're going to win most of the years. And your life and your business will change tremendously. And that's what we want to see happen for you here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And if you're Manufactured Home Sales, want to find out more about this Path to Mastery planner that will help you execute at the highest level possible in manufactured home sales, I'm telling you, you got to reach out to us. Go to our website, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. You can go to the tab up on top on the Path to Mastery planner and get yours ordered today, so that you can take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. You guys have a great day. Man, I got to get after. We got some calls to get on. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on this day, this week. So much to get done. All to be able to help you in your career all across the country. You guys have a great day. We'll be talking again tomorrow with another 15 minutes of mastery, as we do each and every day. Until then, my friends, as always, I can't wait to meet you.